section, we're going to talk about the current state of L&D tech, right? So we hear terms like LMS, LXP, skills intelligence, learning experience platforms, and AI-powered learning ecosystems. Now, are organizations genuinely transforming learning, or are they simply adopting new tools?
I think there's a very thin line between transformation and adopting these tools, right? Today, a lot of these tools depend on the kind of budget that you have in an organization.
Absolutely.
Right? Having said that, people want a Netflix experience in learning.
Right.
Until you don't have the right kind of tools, you're not going to be able to give a Netflix experience. Yeah. And to invest in a LMS or an LXP is relatively a huge investment for an organization, because I also need to then curate that kind of content.
True.
I can't just keep buying content randomly and putting it, because I need to then understand that is it relevant for my people. Otherwise, that whole investment in an LXP or an LMS is gone.
True.
LMS is a requirement because as a function of learning, there are a lot of these minute admin things that the team does, right? And LMS helps you sort that out, right? So that is not going to die.
Okay.
But so you do need a system that will help you to automate your attendances, reports, dashboard, and all of that.
The grunt work is being taken.
Yeah, because now with organizations growing, even a 500 people strong organization will have an HRMS, right? And something has to link to that to give you those kind of dashboards and reports. So LMS is not going to die down. The kind of content you put on an LMS is something that organizations need to think of.
I think that's the difference.
That's the difference over there. An LMS can become an LXP. But it's then you have to have that hardcore content team sitting with you, doing all of that, making those changes. That's another cost.
Correct.
Right? And then when you want an LXP on top, right? There are a lot of these systems like Cornerstones and all of the world who have created those LXP modules as an LXP system. But those LXPs somehow don't do the base work. So you're in a crossfire.
So what you're saying is that there are solutions out there in the market, but not exactly to the liking of what one would want.
Yeah, because every organization has their different HRMS and has their different viewpoints on what we should have.
Correct.
So
it's a mix and match.
Yeah.
So, basis what you said, what are the biggest misconceptions companies have about digital learning transformation?
Digital learning transformation is a buzzword, right?
Right. Very loosely used as well.
Very loosely used. I think digital transformation overall is a very loosely used word in terms of, because it is connected to every function, if you look at it. Right? But learning transformation is not about having a system or an LXP or an AI powered tool, as you said. It is more about also the cultural bit that happens. So I can digitize and put hundreds of modules. There are so many tools that are available that can create those 2-minute bite-sized modules, 3-minute bite-sized modules, and you can upload it on the system.
Right.
That doesn't equate to digital transformation. That is digitizing the learning.
Right.
But transformation will only happen if those tools are used in the right manner.
And implemented.
Right. It will happen more from the perspective of that mindset shift that changes. Right? So, and am I giving relevant content to that individual? So if you are a part of the organization and you're doing an X job, am I supplying you with that tools of hyper personalized content even though I have it? So if you need 5 things on communication as a leader, am I giving you those 5 trainings? That is where, otherwise if it's lying in a a board, it's like a MOOC, right? I'm just going to go through it, I may not go through.
True, true. Now, many organizations invest heavily in learning technology, but they still struggle with the engagement. So, like you said, you can just keep learning. But why do you think this happens,
I feel that when it comes to, so the catch is, as much we say we are transforming, but when it comes to learning, there is still that mindset that I want to come to the classroom for 2 hours.
Right.
Sometimes.
Right.
And I give it to you on a learning platform and I say that, hey, you have 10 days to do this.
Right.
And when you say you have 10 days to do this, what is the return that I'm getting in? Is there, I'll finish it. It's a click away, do an assessment and I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. I'll finish it. But how do I retain that? So the retention is an issue between the classroom as well as the digital learning.
Right.
So I may have enough and more content, but what is drawing me to go and explore that content?
Right.
So there has to be some kind of a pull method that organizations need to create. It could be something as simple as a learning month. Create that. They say, why should I give you a reward for learning? But you're pulling that crowd. Do something.
I think that's internal marketing.
Yeah.
As much as you do external marketing, this has to be.
Internal marketing. How do you marketize the learning very well? How do you create campaigns for people to know this is available?
Right.
Otherwise, we are only going to do compliance-related compulsory trainings.
True.
So the engagement level, it's true that the engagement level is not very high. But there are ways and means, and also it's tough for organizations, right? If you're talking to 13,000, 30,000, 50,000 people,
it's too fragmented.
It's too fragmented. You don't know your learner very well. I don't know if they have a smartphone even for me to push something on the phone.
Right.
So there are a lot of external and internal permutations, combinations that one needs to work with.
And organizations of those size, I think you really have to wait a very decent amount of time to see even impact or the accessibility, like you mentioned.
Absolutely.
And everything. So whole strategy changes.
The whole strategy changes. Like you have the TCS and the Accentures of the world who have a very robust learning system. Right. But and they have it aligned to their competencies. So people, it kind of say that, oh, you have to reach this level of a competency, you have to reach this is the learning requirement. But does somebody really do it?
Right.
Is another question. So there will be constant nudges, right? Because you have to do, it's a continuous effort.
Absolutely. And then you have turnover issues and people.
See, business will always take precedence on learning, right? When I'm doing, when I have to look at profitability and I have to look at my P&L, I would rather get those people to work those 2 hours extra to reach that profitability versus sitting and doing learning.
True. Those 2 hours into whatever 100 people, 200 people makes a huge impact. Great. Now, is the future of L&D really about technology or is it about actual behavioral change?
I think it's a permutation combination of two, right? From the simple perspective is that as an technology is evolving across, right? And for me to stay relevant in the organization, I also need to know the little bit of the evolving technologies that are happening. In terms of, not everybody needs to know everything, but is there a base level that one needs to know? For sure, yes. Right? But AI, for example, AI, which is talked about the most, is going to supplement you. It's not going to fill that gap for you.
Right.
So it's going to supplement you and give you tools to make life easier for you at work. But it's not a complete replacement. So understanding technology and how it helps me is more important versus only just buying more technology, more new tools. Because then if somebody doesn't know how to use them, it's going to be like, yeah.
Of no use. True. Okay, so so much of technology, so much of in-person classrooms, and so many combinations and everything. What do you think are the trends in L&D technology that personally excite you as an individual?
So I think how AI is helping us create content.
Right.
Today if I want to do something, I need to just put it on a Claude or a Chat GPT and all of that. I will get the base.
Correct.
There are presentation related AIs. I will get a presentation.
Right.
Yeah. I think those things have kind of supplemented the L&D function in such a way that at least you have the base ready. Then you make it relevant for your audience is your role.
Right.
But at least they're able to give you the first draft. Otherwise, it would take you a day to create like an objective, create a this thing.
And there would be a lot of pre-work also.
For yeah.
That as well.
So pre-work is still there, right?
Right.
You're still doing your TNAs, TNIs. You're still talking to business about the problem and all.
Right.
But the understanding of how to solutioning has changed.
Right.
Because
True.
if you know the business well enough, you don't really need to do that much of discussion. You have to pick up those problem areas and talk.
Right. Yeah, which is strategic to that company or organization.
Right, right. Strategic to that organization. So having said that, I think the whole piece on how do I present the solution, how do you create that difference is more exciting now.
Right.
And is easier now.
So how to use those tools and make it relevant? I think that's where
That
the
is,
magic
that's what.
lies.
Yeah, because today, I mean, my 13-year-old can use ChatGPT for her school projects,
Absolutely.
right? Or a Gemini for her school projects.
Right.
And I'm like totally against it. No, put your brain through it. This is just a guideline. And if they can tell you that, and I think it's high time we moved.
Yeah, we have to.
We
adapt
moved to
rather.
that
Yeah.
zone, right? So, as much as people say, oh, AI can automate this, AI can automate that, but it's not going to replace human beings. It's going to only supplement us to make, you will have, maybe you'll cut your workforce by a couple. That
Right.
is the downside to it, but at least it's going to support you.
True. Yeah, rather than feeling, against it, I think you rather be with it.
Yeah.
Then I think. Interesting. Thank you once again.